Welcome back to A Good Pour. This is Kathryn Good, host of A Good Pour, conversations about good work in our community and beyond. Today we have Kate Ritchie with us from Habitat for Humanity of Sumner County. Welcome, Kate.
Thank you. Glad to be here.
Kate and I have known each other for actually when we did coffee and I did the write-up back when A Good Pour was in a blog format.
Uh-huh.
I think I told you that you were the oldest, or like we've known each other the longest outside of my husband. But then I realized I met you before my husband.
You did.
So in Sumner County, you have known me the very longest.
I'm proud to hold that title. Very proud to hold that title.
So Kate and I went to college together. She was my little sister in Delta Zeta sorority.
Yeah.
So we've known each other for a very long time. We were both looking for a house back in 14?
Yeah, 2014.
And ended up in the same like show house.
Uh-huh.
And she's like, Cat? Which I don't go by Cat anymore, thank God. And so now I've really got to see you blossom into, a full-blown community leader, one of my very favorites in this community. So
Same. When you launched Good Circle Marketing, I was like, yes. Like, I knew that I was like, okay, this is somebody that I can go to. I trust. She'll give me the right advice and all the things. So
thank you.
Yeah.
Well, talk to me first about just how you got from, UT to Habitat and just the good work you're doing there. And just what's been your journey?
Really my journey. So graduated from UT, majored in marketing, and selfishly, I didn't find my husband at UT. So I went to graduate school to find my husband, found him in graduate school. But while I was there, received my MBA and learned about business, and then got a bunch of calls from recruiters, and they were like, come to this company, come to this company. I was like, I want to do good work. Like, I want to work in the nonprofit world. And so I worked for 3 major nonprofits, and started at Habitat in April 2020, and truthfully, it's been my favorite nonprofit. It makes the most sense. It's the most sustainable, and I believe it brings the most good to our community.
Tell me about the good. What is
So what Habitat does is we build and improve places for people to call home. Our vision is a world where everybody has a decent place to live, and so that's what we strive for, is to make sure that everybody has a nice, good, solid roof over their head.
Awesome. So you already mentioned something I want to go back and talk about. You wanted to do good work, and you felt like nonprofit was the way to do that. Mm-hmm. I often say that any business can do good work. And I know that you work with a lot of businesses around our town. So tell me, I know you know how nonprofits can do good work, but from your perception as a nonprofit leader, how can businesses do good work?
Well, what I do is I do surround myself with good people. And I would start with my staff being that good people and then extending that to the board. I have a great board of directors, and they are so knowledgeable. I have, finance, development, insurance, attorneys to help me, build more houses. I've never built a house before I started with Habitat. And so just knowing what their passion is in their business, and that they can turn around and bring that back to our business, it's great. It's really great.
So businesses can get involved by using their talents to serve on our board.
Yeah. I mean, if you know things, about development, if you are a developer, it's a great opportunity for you to come in and teach us, what it takes to build a whole neighborhood, which we're building a neighborhood. So
tell me about the neighborhood.
So it's Pafford Place. So we're building a 10-home neighborhood. Well, it's 9 homes right now. We're hopefully zoning a little bit more land to make it 10 homes. This is the first neighborhood that we've built here in Sumner County. We've always just built infill lots. So this is opportunity for us to build more, build better, serve more people. And so we just want to use this model going forward.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm super proud of you for that. So we have had a recent tornado, and how has the repair work gone, and what's been that process for you?
So that process, it's funny. I was talking to Aaron Birch after it happened and everything, and we were both like, this is my first rodeo. So it was very, just where do I plug in? Habitat International, fantastic organization. They help guide us through this. And really, we are part of the long-term recovery.
Okay.
So United Way, Red Cross, FEMA, they come in and they do that immediate recovery, making sure that people have stability, have a roof over their head, be able to supplement income if they've lost income, things of that nature. But us, for long-term, we have the funding. We want to spend it on helping repair people's homes if they are underinsured or if they have something that insurance won't pay for. We'll be able to repair their homes. If somebody has lost their house in its entirety, we could possibly build that house back. So reach out to us. Let's have the conversation. Help provide that. Yeah, put that roof back over their head.
So the best thing to do is for people to reach out.
Reach out. Yeah, we have our application online. It's also on the United Way portal. But reach out to us. Okay. Just to have the conversation.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Yeah.
Talk to me about the need.
Oh, the need. It's so great. And it's not just here in Sumner County. I do want to recognize that we do have an affordable housing crisis within our entire country. We're about 4 million houses short of where we need to be to meet demand. Here, what it looks like locally, so we have people working full-time jobs with their kids, and you need at least $100,000 to buy a house here. And I want my kids to live here. And I don't think they're going to graduate from school making $100,000. So we need those starter homes. And that's really where we plug in between those that, might be in rentals, those that might be in Section 8, but they can't quite get to the conventional home ownership path. That's our sweet spot. That's what we plug in.
Mm-hmm. Awesome. So what does good work mean to you?
I would say good work to me means getting somebody on the path that they didn't think that they were going to be able to meet, taking them from, struggling, barely surviving to thriving. And we've seen that a lot. We have our program encompasses a whole lot that people don't know about. You buy a Habitat home. We just have very affordable mortgages. They're at 0% interest. Mm-hmm. And through that path, we teach them the budgeting skills, paying off debt, increasing your credit score, how to live on less than you make in order to reach that path of thriving. Going and asking your boss for a raise that you may not have had for the past several years, because you're worth more than that. You can do this, and just taking them through that path and seeing them come from struggling to really just thriving.
Yeah, that's awesome. How do you tell people about the good work that you do?
Well, through marketing, through good organizations such as yourself. You've definitely helped us craft a lot of our messages. Really, social media has been our biggest outlet. But really the conversations, having the one-on-one, there's a lot of misconceptions, that Habitat gives away houses for free. So having the one-on-one conversations and explaining to people, these are hardworking individuals. This is not somebody that doesn't want to work and they just want the handout. At Habitat, we say we're a hand up, not a handout. But having those one-on-one conversations, telling people that we don't give away houses for free, telling people the stories of who we help and how we get them from that path of surviving to that path of thriving.
Yeah. So one of the things we talk about a lot is numbers. So having stats and stories to be able to tell about that good work.
Yeah.
You, of course, and most nonprofits can show, on paper, this is how many people we've helped, or, things of that nature. So I know that that's been important to you, and numbers really in the need, right?
Yeah.
Like it's not just the numbers of people you've helped, but the amount that you still have to help.
Yeah.
So y'all do an excellent job of that. And you have a great national organization that supports you, that can tell you the kind of nationwide story, but you always do a good job of boiling it down back to local, so people can get on the same page. And you're totally right about the misconceptions. And so I've learned a ton, even just, through, I knew we had a Habitat, but I couldn't have told you, before 2020, the last time we did anything, or the last time I'd heard about something. So you definitely have raised the awareness of that organization. Restore is, I had no idea. Like I've told you this before, my dad's basement is pretty much made out of Restore. And so I thought you could go in and get construction materials, but I have bought, things for my teenager's room there now. I bought things for my office. I mean, it is a full furniture warehouse.
Yeah, I think my whole house is furnished at this point.
Well, and the first time I walked in your office, I was like, this is cute.
My whole office is furnished.
Yeah, store. Yeah, I love it. I love it. So just talk about a little bit about the process of Restore. Because even if someone, maybe they're not in a position to give, of course you have volunteers, but so you can give financially, you can volunteer your time, but you can also donate your house goods, right? So talk a little bit about
couches build houses too.
That's right.
So the Restore, we are a building supply, furniture, housewares, lighting, plumbing, flooring. We're kind of like a mini Home Depot, but with furniture. So donating to us through those means helps us build houses. And that's one of the things that goes back. I love the way that Habitat is structured because the Restore really helps fund our operations. It pays the mortgage on the building. It keeps the lights on. It pays the staff. And so any donations, monetary donations, directly go back into our home repair and home building programs. And the Restore, it also keeps items out of the landfill. I think it was last year was over 1 million tons of just furniture supplies that were kept out of the landfill. Yeah. So if you think about just from that aspect, someone's trash is another person's treasure. It's a great place for DIYers, those that are, flipping homes. We also have a decon program. This is a free service. If you're redoing your kitchen or your bathroom, we'll come and take your cabinets out for free and we resell them in the Restore. We'll take your doors. We'll take your toilets. I mean, it all has to be in resellable condition. I will say that. But it's just a really great way to move our mission forward just through another revenue stream and also keep things out of the landfill.
Yeah. So people can come shop as well.
Yes. Oh, yeah. Come shop. We're open Tuesday through Saturday.
Yeah. Awesome. Okay. So one of my other favorite things about talking to you is your appreciation for nonprofit leaders. You and I have talked a lot about, the government can't fix all the things. And so we have the nonprofit leaders, but we also place a lot of the burden of fixing things in our communities on nonprofit leaders. Mm-hmm. And so talk a little bit about, I hear a lot, when you said, shopping at the Restore helps you pay for overhead. Talk a little bit about the value of having good talent, included in your overhead. It's, some people won't shop at certain places or give to certain places because their overhead is too high. But not extreme amount of overhead, but what can having talent and you're paying for that talent in a nonprofit organization do?
Well, I think it's important to recognize that everybody has a value. And what that value is, you need to pay for that value. I have an amazing team. I mean, just hands down, I have surrounded myself with a team that also sees the vision of what Habitat is doing, and they should be compensated well for that. And I just think that it's important really to show people that nonprofits are businesses as well. Yep. Just at the end of the day, instead of, putting money back towards shareholders' wealth, we are putting it right back into the community in order to give people that hand up. Yeah. So that's really, I do tend to get a little defensive when people are like, well, you shouldn't, you should make $10 an hour, working at the Restore. No, I mean, we need to pay our people what they're worth. Yeah. And what we can't pay them, we give them in time off, flexible schedules, birthday holidays, making sure that they have that time to spend with their family. Work-life balance is very important to me.
Yeah. I love that about you.
Yeah.
Well, tell me, you have a lot on your plate. There's lots of needs to fill that you can't do alone. But you still go in and lead an organization and lead your fantastic team. So what's something either business or personal that's just something that's working for you, just something good that you're doing to allow you to do more good work?
I think what's really working well for me is being grounded in what we are doing. There are definitely days where things can get frustrating, things aren't working out. You apply for a grant that you didn't get, that you're really hoping for, or it's just taking a longer process. But being grounded that our mission is not going away. I mean, if we have 4 million houses to build across the country, Habitat's not going away. So staying grounded in our goal of providing decent housing. I want to continue to grow. Right now, our capacity is limited to about building 4 houses a year. I've told people if I can build houses for free, I would. it's not possible. But then taking that, being grounded in what you're doing and finding those other people to help you move the mission forward. I tell everybody my prayer for Habitat is to provide, put people in my life to help me move my mission forward. And finding those people, raising those funds, hopefully we'll end up building greater capacity and we can build more than 4 homes a year, but definitely staying grounded.
Yeah. Well, like I said, it has been a joy and a privilege to watch you just kick butt in our community and represent, our people, but also our nonprofit so well. You just thrived as a nonprofit leader, and I just love watching it.
Great nonprofit community.
Absolutely.
Here. Yeah. And we're just a piece to the puzzle. Like, there's so many other nonprofits that we're always constantly sharing information, especially after the tornado. If somebody comes to me and they lost their job due to the tornado, I can't provide income. That would be stepping outside of our mission, but I know who to send them to. And then, they're able to do that. We're just a small piece to the puzzle to bring overall good to our community.
I do think Sumner County nonprofits work better than other communities. It feels like it. I'm from a little bit on the outside, but as I see y'all work and communicate, it seems good.
Often to each other, and it's just like running ideas by each other, or, I had a conversation with Bethany yesterday, and she's like, I need help understanding this law. And I was like, I do too. And so we were able to talk through it because, we have legal things that we have to abide by as well. And it's just like having those opportunities, that person that you can call and be like, okay, am I understanding this right? It's very helpful.
Well, thank you for joining us today. Good luck. And if people want to volunteer, give, donate, shop, all the things, Habitat for Humanity of Sumner County is a great resource to do so.
Yeah. Come see us.
Thanks.
Thank you. Should we do our handshake?
Do you remember the handshake?
I don't know. I could probably figure it out.
I do not remember that handshake. I probably would make up something really weird.
We could do it.